Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, hi, Tona.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sounds
Nice.
good. Yeah, I can hear you well. How you doing today?
Good. First day after the long weekend. It's super great. How about you?
I'm doing great as well. I mean, it's Monday, back to the regular world. You know what I mean? How was your it was 4th of July weekend. Did you do
Yeah,
anything?
yeah.
Did you do
My
anything
college
or
friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think you're cutting off a little bit,
Oh,
but
really? Is it
yeah.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear, but there's just some like cutting off and delays sometimes. But yeah, I can hear you in
Okay.
general.
Okay, sounds good.
Um, yeah, so my college friends came in to the city, so we just hang around, catch up. Yeah, I had a really great time together.
Sounds good.
Um,
Yeah. That's great to hear. You're from the East Coast, right?
yeah, I live in New York,
New
but
York.
in
Wow.
San Jose,
Yeah, I'm living here in the Bay Area. I was born and raised
right?
here, and right now I'm
Uh,
going to school in San Jose. So, I'm a Bay
oh, so
Area.
you are still going to
Yeah,
school right now?
yeah, I am. I'm finishing
Nice.
up. I'm getting a degree in finance right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
what about you?
Um, I um just graduated from with my master degree from Columbia.
Mm,
And I started my first full-time job after like in February sometime. So it has
mhm.
been a few months into my first, first job, and yeah, it was and the team is nice, and the transition is smooth as well. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I enjoy like it here.
Wow. Wow. Did you say master's degree?
Yeah,
Wow, okay. And you were able to find a job after that.
yeah, that's right.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear because I actually partner with a lot of people, who pursue their masters and things like that. And
Mhm.
I see something very common, not just with them, master's degree or, anyone who really is graduating, they have
Yeah.
trouble finding a job right after. I mean, did you have any trouble with that at all?
I think it's a challenging time to find a job, but very fortunate that I find a job, and I even more fortunate that I enjoy doing this job. So, yeah, but still have some friends who are still looking for the job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess the market's not like doing the best, but there's still opportunities, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So what kind of job are you working at right now?
What kind of job am
Yeah.
I working right
Yeah,
now?
what job is that?
Right. I'm a machine learning engineer right
Mm-hmm.
now. It's an ad tech company, so it's kind of being productionized the machine learning models for like advertising industry and platforms, etc., or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. That's good to hear. Yeah. How long have you been doing that? So you just graduated this last semester or
Yeah, I graduated last December, and then I joined the company and started the position in late May, so it has been around 4 5 months ish into
Mhm.
the job. So yeah, it was very interesting and learned a lot in the past few months.
That's
So
good.
you also mentioned that about some business entrepreneurial
Right, right.
team that you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
I mean, that's obviously why we joined this meeting today, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah. But, before we talk to you, obviously, we would like to get to know each other more a little bit better because
Yeah,
obviously,
of course.
not only I don't know anything about you, but you also don't know much about me. You know what I mean? And so that's why I kind of
Right,
just asked
right.
you a little bit, to get to know about, where you're from, what are you studying, what are you doing right now?
Yeah,
Because, you
of
know,
course, of course.
master's degree, already have your job, it kind of, makes me wonder. I'm like, what caught your attention, from my messages or what made you join the Zoom meeting today?
Right. Yeah, I think I'm always been very interested in the entrepreneurial.
Mm-hmm.
side of the world. I've been working a little bit like startup experience during the internship in my past
Mm-hmm.
like college time, and I have some friends working in startups and even like founding their startups companies as well. So I it's definitely a very always been an interest for me.
Mm-hmm.
So besides, I feel like I have the capacity to do something like as a side hustle
Mm-hmm.
besides my primary positions right now. And I'm very interested in to pursue my like passion and
Mm-hmm.
apply my knowledge here, or even stretch my skill sets a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So that yeah, that's why I joined a meeting during this opportunity, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely would love to get opinions what the other side of the world people are working on
Mm-hmm.
or thinking about. I think that's wonderful to know as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's great to hear. You know, you sound someone that's very ambitious. You know what I mean? Someone that's just not settled. And I like that. You know what I mean? That's what I love to see. Because what we're looking for people who, you know, who are already successful in what they've done.
Uh,
You know what I mean? They've already had their plan set out, their goals of, you know, being a doctor, engineer, whatever it may be, right? But they
yeah.
have that extra ambition, you know, to do
Hmm.
more because
Yeah.
a normal 9 to 5 life isn't going to get you, you know, much. It'll get you a secure life. It'll get you, you know,
Hmm.
just the regular life, but it's not going to get you the life you want. I mean, most
Yeah.
people, they want a better life. Some people are okay with a 9 to 5 job. You know what I mean? So they better be okay with the lifestyle it gives you, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why
That's totally.
yeah, I mean, that's why we're looking for people, you know, who have that extra ambition. You know what I mean? This is something
Hmm.
that people do on their own time. You know, nine to
Hmm.
five, they go to work to make a living, right? You need your active income to pay your bills, your monthly bills.
Yeah.
But 5 to 9, you know, that time when people spend partying, going out, whatever it may be, we like to use that to develop our asset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Build up something for ourselves because like I just said, 9 to 5 makes you a living, but that 5 to 9
Mhm.
makes you a life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's for sure.
So that's a little bit, you know, about what we're gonna talk about today. This first meeting here today, it's just gonna be super casual. You know what I mean? Just a regular conversation between you and me. Um, we're not gonna dig too into the details of the business because
Yeah.
it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's not hard. It's pretty simple,
Yeah.
but there's not enough time for me to explain it to you fully in the Zoom meeting. So
Hmm.
it's more or less for us to get to know each other more, you know, to see if we have any similar values, if we would be good for
Yeah.
a long-term partnership. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if
For
we're going to do
sure.
long-term partnership, you think it's important that we trust each other,
Hmm.
that we know who each other are? I mean, obviously, right? Because we don't partner,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. That's why I joined this meeting, right?
it makes sense, right? We don't partner with everyone, but we,
Okay.
we partner with those that we choose. So we actually have a selection process, and through that, that's where we're gonna see, um, you know, what people are, who people are, what kind of ambitions they have,
Hmm.
if they have the willingness to learn, the willingness to be mentored. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but you know, we're also fall under a mentorship system, and that's how someone like me, you know, who's still in college, still a college student, you know, doesn't have much experience in
Yeah.
business, this is how I'm able to run my own business, you know, while I'm still in school, while I'm still working, because I have
Right.
help from people who have already done it, who've already achieved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you have any experience before with mentorship or anything like that?
Yeah. I do have an like I think I have been consistently be part of the like mentor program since college, either as a mentor or a mentee.
Mm-hmm.
I was a mentee in college, and I had my professor as a mentor for me, and he
Mm-hmm.
actually helped me a lot. And I like when I was applying for a master program and even finding a job and doing like finding my track in the career. So he was a really nice and very um a person who
Mm-hmm.
influenced me a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely appreciate that. And also, I started to mentor other people since master program because I feel like I have the capacity, and also
Mm-hmm.
I was benefited from that. So that's why when I passed that down as well, I joined some like data science mentor program to mentor some, it was some high school students, like just to give them some idea about what is data science about and
Mm-hmm.
what is pursuing a career look like, and help them explore their interest. Yeah, so I generally very interested in helping people do that, and I definitely would love to be a mentor. But also, I mean, we all need a mentor, and we
Right.
are a mentee all the time. So
Exactly. I love that you said that because in order to be a mentor, you obviously need to be the best mentee. You know what I mean? That's how you able to do what your mentor does. You know, the best way I
yeah.
can put it, like what's the easiest way to cross a minefield?
What is easiest way
Uh,
of what? Sorry, you're
to
cutting off
cross
a little
a
bit.
minefield.
Cross of minefield.
A minefield. So a minefield, you know, where all the bombs are on the ground, you step on them,
Oh,
you
right,
explode.
right, right.
The easiest way is to follow someone who already did it,
Hmm.
who already walked
Oh,
through it.
right, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's a funny little example, but it's true. You know, when
Yeah,
it comes to
it is.
business, engineering, whatever it may be, if you have someone who already achieved that, who already went
Hmm.
through it, went through all the struggles and downtimes, then wouldn't that mean like you would be able to learn from them and avoid, you
Yeah,
know, the mistakes they went through? I f
yeah, for sure. I think it's always great to hear other people's stories. And you will always get inspired by some pieces of that as well. You're not exactly follow other people's path, but you will get some ideas
right.
to have a better understanding about where you're standing at right now.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, seeing a new perspective, the way they think about money, you know what I mean? I feel like there's a huge mindset gap
Mhm.
between me and my mentor right now.
Mhm.
So, if you don't mind, I'll share with you a
Yeah.
little bit about how I met him, how I got started, because I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Tell me about your
yeah, I would love to.
entrepreneurial
I would love
thing.
to. So, you know what I mean? I started when I was in my first year of college. So I was someone who I'm a first generation college student to, you know, make money to get us out of this bad situation that we're in. So ever since I was young, I
Right.
started working part-time jobs to help pay bills, help pay rent around the house. And
Mhm.
I also started exploring other options. Like I used to do day trading, like investing, and
Mhm.
didn't really work out. You know what I mean? It's really gambling. It's not really investing if you're only putting in a couple $100s, but it was something that I tried. You know, I was willing to try a lot of things to, you know, help make money because I saw how hard my family's working. Like it pains me to see them wake up every day at 6 a.m. to still go to work. It's just it doesn't sit right with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why, you know, I was the first one in my family to go to college. And there was when I
Mhm.
met my business coach in my first year at San Jose State. And she
Yeah.
was someone who's a senior. She was on the verge. She's graduated now, but at the time she was still studying, and she
Mhm.
introduced me to this business opportunity. You know, she took me through the selection process, gave me a book to read, and I learned a lot about the business within the first couple steps. And
Mhm.
luckily enough, there was a huge business seminar locally that weekend, and I was able to go, you know, and that was the first time I met my mentor. He was at that meeting, and I didn't know it at the time, but this guy was a hot shot. You want to know why? Because doing this same business, he retired himself at 22 years old.
Oh, wow, that's impressive.
That's really impressive. And not just that,
Yeah.
he was able to retire both of his parents. Uh, they were living in Vietnam at the time. He retired both of his parents at 24 years old, and
Ooh, nice.
it was crazy, impressive. I mean, have you ever met someone that retired that early?
Yeah, I have never, but it's a very impressive story, I would say.
It is impressive, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I was a little skeptical. You know what I mean? Like, if you were able to
Mm-hmm.
retire yourself that young, like, is this really legal? Are you like a scammer or something? Like, how'd you do it? So that's what I
Right.
asked him. I went up to him and I told him, "Hey, Phil." His name's Phil, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I
Mm-hmm.
told him, Phil, I saw what you were able to achieve, the success you were able to have, the team you were able to build, and I respect that from you. So I want to learn from you. Can you teach me? Can you mentor me? And
Mm-hmm.
you know what he told me? He's like, "Okay, Tona, hundreds of entrepreneurs tell me that every single meeting. So what makes you different from everyone else?" And I froze up for a second, because it was a weird question for him to ask me. But I started giving him like, "Oh, this is my resume. These are my grades in my first year of college. I've been working since I was in high school." He didn't care about any of that. He didn't care
Mm-hmm.
about it. He said, "Your resume doesn't tell me anything about you." What he cared about was my accountability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If my words match my actions, my character,
Mm-hmm.
if I was someone who put people above over the profit, if I put my family over my luxury, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit about why we have a selection process. You know what I mean? Of course, everybody would love to learn from successful people, but
Yep.
does everyone really deserve it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know why I asked you if you had any experience with mentorship before? Because most mentors out there require thousands of dollars for maybe just an hour long meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Those professional mentors. So when I came in here and I saw that mentorship was free, then I was willing to do whatever it took to earn it right now. So
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense for me to have like that comparison. I can retire myself in my 20s too, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
only if I'm willing to work with them. If I'm willing to put in the same work ethic that they did, if I'm willing to go through the same struggles that they did, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Entrepreneurship is not easy, right? This isn't like a get rich quick thing
Mm-hmm.
because
I agree.
yeah, I mean, that's a little bit about, my story, why I got started, what I saw in this opportunity that made me want to join. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it was more than the money. You know what I mean? The money's good. The money was the main factor at first, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But my mentor helped me realize wealthy people think about money and time because you can lose money, you can make money back. You can't make your time back. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
So if you're going to a 9 to 5 job every week, if you're stuck in that lifestyle, how much time do you really have to do what you want to do? You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
My mentor asked me, "How do I want to live my life?" Not "What do you want to do when you grow up?" Most people ask you that, right?
Yeah.
Because they want you to get a job. They tell you to go to college so you can get a degree so you can get a job.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that, you should do something else so you don't stay stuck in that job for the rest of your life. Know what I mean?
Totally.
Most people don't think about it. I mean, we're young people, we're still very stuck in the moment. I mean, I don't know if you can
Mm-hmm.
relate. I mean, have you ever thought about, your future or, that far ahead of, what your life would look like?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I would definitely think about a future, like my career, where this my career is going, and what type of life I want to have. And even I'm living in New York right now, where do
Mm-hmm.
I want to live in the future? Um, so yeah, I think those are the things always being on top of my head. I would think about those things,
Mm-hmm.
all reflecting on what I have so far to
Mm-hmm.
see if this if this is actually what I want, and if I want a specific type of life, is this the path that I'm pursuing,
Mm,
things like that. Yeah, it's always great to thinking about the future and thinking about like what you actually desire for.
right, right.
That will guide you through the path, I think.
Of course. Yeah. Also, you mentioned you're from Korea?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought you mentioned that. Where are you from?
No. I'm from China.
Oh, China. Okay. I thought you said Korea.
Yeah.
Are you an international student?
Yeah, I am an
Oh,
international
okay.
student. I'm
Okay.
from Shanghai.
Oh, wow. There you go. Yeah. I mean, a lot of my business partners are actually international students, you know, that
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of them came from Vietnam. So, it's
Ah,
around
okay.
there. Yeah, yeah. So I'm very familiar with the Vietnamese culture,
Right, right, right.
But yeah.
So,
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm very curious about your like business entrepreneur that you're talking about.
Right.
You mentioned a lot of thing about mentor and mentee program. Is your like online platform is about that as well, or it's about something more interesting?
So, what our online platforms we focus on health and beauty stuff like that, nutrition, sports
Okay.
nutrition, but that's just the platform. What we do is e-commerce and franchising. So,
Right, right, right.
are you familiar with those? Do you have any experience with e-commerce and
Like
franchise?
e-commerce.
Yeah, or either or, e-commerce or franchising.
Um, a little bit about the e-commerce, I guess. Some I learned a little bit about like importing some stuff from China and then sell forms here.
Yeah.
But I did not actually like do it myself. I just learned about the process a little bit. Um,
Right.
but yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about drop shipping. Is that what it is where you
about
drop shipping?
about what?
Drop shipping?
Um, it's actually more complicated than that.
Uh-huh.
It's how to say this? But I guess the shipping is part of it,
Right. Yeah, I
right?
understand that. Yeah. So you're ordering products, at a cheaper discount and you're able to flip them, resell them on your own platform.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the business that was, and my family is actually doing like related business. So I
Mm.
kind of hear from my mom and dad side here and there a little bit.
Oh, wow. What kind of business do they do?
It's close to the e-commerce side, but not necessarily e-commerce.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Because e-commerce is, everything online. You know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
have any physical stores. I feel like nowadays, when people hear the word business, they think,
Mhm.
big buildings, offices, a lot of investment. But
Yeah.
it's 2024. You know what I mean? You don't need all of that to start a business nowadays. All you need
Hmm.
is one of these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a phone.
I
Literally, right? I mean,
yeah.
if you look at, let's say, Uber, for example, does Uber own any cars?
I don't think so.
They don't. Exactly. They don't own any cars. They just own the platform.
Yeah.
They own the platform that connects people who need a ride and people who have a car.
Hmm.
So that's why, like Airbnb, they don't own any property. They just own the
Hmm.
platform that connects people with property and people who need a place to stay.
Right, for
So
sure.
essentially, they're a middleman. You know what I mean? They make it easy to connect the consumer to the platform, the product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's essentially what we do here, with our e-commerce.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
help market products, and that's how we're able to help generate revenue, and that's how we're able to take a share out of the
Yeah.
out of the profit, because of the profit sharing model. But the way I'm talking to you about that that doesn't really sound like something that could be scalable, something that could turn into passive income. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Because if you're running your own e-commerce store, you got to be the one, there. You got to be the one operating it, running it, make sure everything runs smoothly. But that's
Mm-hmm.
why we combine it with franchising. So you know about franchising, some famous franchises out there like McDonald's, Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
Let's use McDonald's for an example. You think McDonald's makes the best cheeseburger?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
Oh.
I think I can make a better burger. Just
Oh,
in my
really?
like in my
Okay.
kitchen right now. Yeah, really, I'm a good cook. But
Great.
the point is their burger is simple to make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's easy to make. They have their menu, they have their drive-through, everything's already set up in a way that it
Mm-hmm.
works. So now that that's done, the owner of McDonald's was able to duplicate that. They were able to franchise his business out, and that's why today you see a McDonald's pretty much everywhere.
Yep. I
So
agree.
that's what we do.
Yeah,
What
that's very interesting point.
what this business is, it's not hard. It's simple. That's why, I'm able to do it. I'm able to teach others how to do it. And through
Mm.
that, once you build a system, of something that's working, something you can leverage, at that point,
Yep.
then while I'm sleeping, while I'm traveling, my business is still making money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's totally. I think that's a very interesting point of view to see all of those stuff that we can see every day.
Right.
Um, yeah, and thank you so much for sharing all of your ideas and e-commerce
Hmm.
about franchising, mentor, mentee, and your part of the story.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, right now is pretty much the most basic way I can put it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I
I
said,
know.
this is just the first meeting, and this is something that
Hmm.
you're interested in and would like to learn more about. Maybe next
Yeah,
time if we can meet up again, I would love to connect you with my personal business coach. She's the one
yeah,
that
yeah.
helped me get started, helped me run my business to this day, and she's the one I was telling you about earlier. She graduated. She actually makes more income in her business right now than her professional
Hmm.
job coming straight
Oh,
out of
nice.
college. And
Yeah, that's very impressive, and I'm looking forward to connecting.
yeah.
Yeah, I do have a dentist appointment that I need to
Mm.
run to, but it was a very nice time talking with you and learning all of your experiences.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if this is something you'd like to learn more about, I would love to send you maybe a video, something. Our
Yeah.
our mentor likes to make a lot of videos. There's a lot of books that we have that help people,
Hmm.
visualize exactly what the business is. To give you a better
Yeah,
understanding.
sure.
So maybe I could send that to you, and if
Yeah.
take some time to maybe watch it, take some notes on it, and if it's something that
Hmm.
resonated with you, something you agree with, something you want to learn more about, then you can reach back out to me, and I would love to, maybe meet up again, introduce you to some more people, and share
Yep.
with you some more of the specific details about the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah, make sure that please send the documents or
Uh-huh.
videos that you have. I will for sure to review them and let you know if I have any further interest or want to meet with you again. And I will let you know.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Sounds good. Is there a better way I can reach out to you other than LinkedIn? Because
LinkedIn is perfect. I'm on LinkedIn every day, so
okay,
it's a perfect way.
sounds good. All right, I'll send you that
Right.
video, and it was great talking with you today, Hannah,
Yep.
and
Me too.
good luck.
Very inspiring conversation.
I mean, it wasn't too long, but I hope
Yep.
I gave you a new perspective today. So, I mean, good luck on your dentist appointment. Hopefully no
Thank you.
cavities. Hopefully everything goes well, and
Yep.
we'll stay in touch. All right.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right, cool. Have
Sounds
a
good.
great Monday.
Have a good one.
All right, bye.
All right. Bye.